Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today is April 27, 2016, and today is Wednesday morning. So big day today. Let's start looking at the economic calendar today. We had a big number come out at 3:30 a.m. South African time. That already happened. That was an Aussie USD number that came out. It was a CPI number. We'll look at the charts just shortly. At 10:30 this morning, we have a GBP preliminary GDP numbers coming out. Of course, it's Wednesday, so we have crude oil inventories coming out at 4:30 p.m. South African time. And then at 8 p.m. South African time tonight, we have an FOMC statement coming out. And then at 11 p.m., we have a New Zealand cash rate coming out as well. So the big news tonight is 8 p.m. South African time, the FOMC. So let's start looking at the graphs. We're looking at the EURUSD here. It's rallying to 113.24. We hit a low of 112 yesterday, 112.30-ish yesterday, and now we're rallying into this 13.24. It's really hard to go into a number with a position in it, especially as we're just in the middle of this range. We are in an upper range than 106, but we still haven't shown some conviction that we're heading up in a tremendous upside. So, I'd keep an eye out on this today. Obviously, if we do break higher than 114, we may go see 115, 116-ish today. There's no reason to hold it back. We've had this line at 114, so literally, if we do break it with a big bar, I would anticipate that it would continue going up. Now, if we do correct ourselves, we do have a support level of 111. So we'll be within those two ranges today. So keep an eye on this today, see how that unfolds. Looking at gold, gold trickled right back to 1246. Every time it goes down, it goes right back up. So it looks like it wants to get up higher. It looks like it's forming a wedge formation, as you can see here. Let's highlight with the pen right there and right there, which usually means that it wants to go up either higher on the upside or lower on the downside. As these wedge formations have formed several times. So I'd anticipate that, to be biased on one way or the other, to say it's a wedge formation that's forming for the downside. I'm not sure that I could set that up and say that, but sure enough, this is a wedge formation, and in a couple of days you'll say to me, hey Fred, you remember that wedge formation you told us about? It traded past it, it traded for it. And a big bar. So I would anticipate one direction or another because this thing looks like it wants to take off. Now, looking at the Aussie USD, we spoke about this just earlier. CPI number came out 3:30 this morning, and boom, this thing just tanked over 100 pips, as you can see here. Ultimately, it's a big retracement. It's the first big retracement that we had since its rally back in January. So, altogether, it's retracing nicely. So I'd look for some sort of bounce at a certain point, but it's not showing that. It's not indicating that it's making that fade. So we may go even further down to, 75, and if we break that, we could even go down to 72-ish levels. So my next target for it on the downside is 7,500. Because it doesn't show like it's bouncing, doesn't show like it's fading, and that's a major thing for the Aussie USD. Now, looking at the oil here, trading at $44.58. That's the first time it's doing that. It's really rallying very nicely on the upside. So, ultimately, $60 target for the year is not that much off, and it's the first time we're actually trading above this 43 level. With some conviction. Okay, so I'd look at this for some retracement and then to purchase it on the long side. Looking at the Dow Jones, we're right at that level. I mean, it's very hard to say where we're going to go from here, but we're right at that level where we want to be at some sort of, bullish kind of sentiment to take this even higher. So let's see if we do get that from the FOMC today and moving forward. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.